stay very long here. So last class we were supposed to have finished this class, but network messed me up. So we couldn't finish the class, and that is why the class is coming up right now. And normally in the last class, I took questions first and then wanted to get into teaching. But in this class, I will get into the teaching aspect, right? I know a lot of people will be joining and they will still be stressing me to, but then let's do the meeting, the teaching. Then after the teaching, we'll now get into QA. Then we'll round up everything. We'll get into the part of you adding me to your email list and me giving you some feedback as it should be. So yeah, let me share my screen. Let me know if you can see my screen.
I can.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Yep. So one thing I want you guys to put in mind and to understand is that writing emails for yourself as a personal brand is different from writing emails for clients. That's the number one thing I want you to understand. Writing your emails as a brand, as a person, is totally different from writing email for clients. For clients, they mostly write promotional emails. They just want to sell. They write promotional emails that you would have seen in your inbox a lot. Hey, this thing will cure your this thing. Hey, this thing will do this. Hey, this thing will do this. Right? But when it comes to your personal email, personal brand, you tend to go in line of value, in line of newsletter. I could remember in our last class or last two classes, I talked about newsletter, the difference between a newsletter and a promotional email. So if you're running a personal brand, you tend to go more into newsletter form. Yes, you will sell, but you need to give value. Okay, fine. I know you can. I'm always the person saying just demonstrate and you don't have to give value. Yes, 100%. Yes, but why do you own an email list if, excuse me, all you want to be doing is flaunting your wealth, flaunting your stuff? Excuse me. So you teach. You need to show people. You need to let people know that you have something upstairs. If you notice a lot of people, they will start their personal brand, then they will stop at some point. Most of them, I'm not saying all of them, right? But most of them stopped because they don't have anything to give out anymore, right? It's tougher to run a personal brand and personal email list than clients. You can just go to your client sales page, pick up some ideas, use it to write emails, send, and it will bring money. But personal emails, you need to lead with value. Like let people know you have a lot of skills. So yeah, that's just I just want to say that because it's not in what I prepared here. So I just yeah. So writing emails can be pretty simple if you have ideas. It's even simpler to write emails for personal brands. It's simpler at the same time tougher. This is because it is your life. That's why I said it's simple. It's your life. And if you know what you're supposed to do, which I'll be showing you here, it is easier for you. Right? Now, some things to note. All your emails need a central idea. So let's say you want to write an email. Let me give you an example. The email I wrote today, if you are on my email list, the email I wrote today was pretty very simple. All I did with the email was I want to tell you about the mentorship slots I sold. So how will it lead to lesson? I don't know. As at this morning, I don't know anything. Will I be able to sell with it? I don't know either. So the first thing you want to do is have an idea, a central idea, and that idea is this mentorship that I sold. I want to tell my people about it. So I now formulate that idea by coming up with an end goal, which is the second one. Determine your end goal. And here's how I did it. I was like, okay, if I'm writing this, what can this relate to? Hmm, I can talk about front end and back end offer because these people, they are back end people. They bought from me because they've been buying my stuff. Oh, I can also talk about the top 20% that brings in 80% of your sales. I didn't even talk about that, but that's just literally what the high spender and the low spender means. So that way, excuse me, that way my email has an idea, and then I have an end goal before writing the email at all. Very important. So these are things that will make it easy for you to write emails on steroid. See, I wrote emails throughout 2021. I didn't send email for just like 6 times through the whole year. 2022, I wrote a lot of emails too, though I relented because I was busy with a lot of stuff. This year, I don't think I've written 30 emails this year. But if you're just starting like this, you need to write a lot of emails, just like I wrote emails in 2021. And all I do is what I'm trying to show you. I always have a central idea. Let's say I'm going inside school now. I saw something happening. I can just jot it down. That's my central idea. So all I have to do is determine the end goal. Does it actually worth something? Like, is there something I can tie with it to educate people or to sell to people? Very, very important. Now, another thing you want to notice: never hide your personality because you're building a personal brand here. Some of you rude in real life, but with your emails you'll be polite here and there because no, it doesn't work that way. Personal brand, your personality. If you're a rude person, fine, work on your rudeness, please. Because if you're rude to me, I'll just come up blow for you, break your teeth, right? But if you're rude, right, I don't want you to now start, portraying another personality entirely, because you want people to probably like you want people to probably buy from you. It doesn't last. Like, it won't sustain you. So if you're somebody that is very social, maybe you go to clubs, maybe you're very social. Please let people know you're social. You don't have to put in this, I study for 8 hours, I do this. No, it's not necessary. Let people know you're social, and at the same time you get things done. If you're an introvert, right, but you talk easily by typing, let people know that. So never hide your personality. It will backfire. I have a lot of people that started their email list as a professional. When I say a professional, I mean they were all about bring value, or professional, not like jokes in between. And I know them that there are people that are always joking here and there. They couldn't sustain it. So never hide your personality. Another one you want to note is be controversial as often as you can. Sorry. Controversy sells. Okay, it sells a lot. That's why you see people still reading Daniel Trussell rather. Controversy sells. So be in that line of work if you want to. When I was writing emails actively in 2021, I'm always against the word. More like, if the word is going towards A, I will be towards B, because I just want that controversy. I want people to talk. I want people to engage. Though when you're writing subject line, when we get to subject line, I'll show you how some emails, subject line that come in the line of being controversy. Okay, so be as controversial as you can. Go against the norms. If people are saying this thing, there was one time I wrote an email. Was it this year or late last year, about not going to the gym? It's an email that a lot of people went to Twitter to discuss that. This subject, I told them not to go to email, and I gave reasons why they should not. Right? I didn't do the normal cliche thing that don't go. Then they will like, oh, I was only joking. No, I gave them reasons why they should not. Someone talked about it on Twitter, and a lot of people, like, that thing created that buzz I wanted. It was a controversy. So if you run a personal brand, take this thing serious. If you want to remain relevant, that's why Daniel Trosa is still doing this. As often as you can, try controversy, right? And just throw something to people, sit your leg on each other and wait for them to come like some controversial topic that you might want to look into is, people men should be alpha male, don't be a simp. So you can be like, be a simp for, like, a simp is the one that brings money, something around that point. People will come, and that is what you want, right? So let's continue. And then the last one you want to take into account is Take people more into your life. Like I said, it's a personal brand. So yeah, I know you're secretive. Fine, that's literally fine. But please take people more into your life. Let them feel like they know you and at the same time be mysterious. When I say this, what I mean is if you take people into your life, a lot of you guys now, if I'm asking you some questions, you feel like you know me. Meanwhile, you don't know one out of three of me. Some will tell you, he's a uni learning student. Yes, I want you to know that. So share things that you want people to know and old things that you don't want them to know. So I'm a uni learning student. Yes, I want you to know that. I'm a man. Yes, I want you to know that. Right? I'm in a relationship. Yes, I want you to know that. My face, I don't want you to know. People that know, they got it when they were with me in the past or on some pages. Right? So be mysterious at the same time, share more into people, like share your day-to-day life with people. Let them feel like they know you. Very, very important. Right? So please take note of these things. Take note of these things. Very important. Okay, now let's get into the main writing thing. Now, how do you generate email ideas? You might have this problem like, okay, you say I should be writing every day, but probably I should write like 5 times in a week. How do I generate ideas? How do I do it? Which I want write, which I want to tell them. There are various ways to see. Unless I don't want to write, which I've not been doing very often these days because I don't feel like. But unless I don't want to write, that's when I will not write email. It's never about the idea. If I open my notepad, have tons and tons of ideas that I have not even used at all. I might just sit down, put my leg on each other, and then some idea will just come like a thief in the night. Boom. All I have to do is just write it down. Immediately I'm done writing it down. Later, I will find something to relate it to that I will be able to use to send email. So how do you generate ideas? You need to do like this mind, right? That gives you ideas, the brain that gives you idea, it's a garbage in, garbage out stuff. It is what you give to it that it will give to you. It's like a computer. If you give a computer some input, it will give you output based on that input. So it's a garbage in, garbage out. What you consume. That's why you hear people say, keep your mind clean, do this, do that. Your mind is the most treasurable asset, blah 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 blah. They're right. Okay. Sounds cliche, but you're very right. If you fill your mind with nonsense, you come out with nonsense. So yeah, here are ways to feed your mind with things that will help you come up with email ideas. So read books. This is cliche, so I know, but I'll keep repeating them because that is they work. Read books, read fictions, non-fictions, anyone you want to. It doesn't have to be copywriting book or marketing book or something. Just read something. Most of my email ideas came from things that are not copywriting. Read, read novels if you read novels. Read books, watch movies. I don't know who told you guys that you should 24/7 not watch movie. I have a TV in my house. I have Netflix subscription running actively. I watch movies at intervals because I like to relax my brain. And from movies, I have been able to come up with a lot of email ideas. There was a time I wrote like I think like 3 emails from a movie called Vincenzo. Yeah, I think that's the name. A Korean movie. Watch movies. Also, invest into yourself like by buying courses. There are a lot of things you will see in courses that you know before, but that course will give you another way. It will present another way for you to actually go about it. Can you guys hear me? Can you guys still hear me?
We can
Can
hear
you
you.
guys hear me? Okay, okay. I just need to be sure. Okay, so let me proceed. So buy courses. There are a lot of things you will discover in courses that you actually know them, but that course will give you an idea on how to present them to people to understand. Buy courses, watch them. It's not about just buying them, watch them and implement, but that's just by the way. Daily occurrences around you. You have things going on around you. There was a time I went to the market. I saw palm pale agents harassing a guy. I just wrote down that idea. It's not funny, right? Because they are harassing somebody, and that guy too is insulting them back. Then just have money, that kind of a thing. So I don't know. I think it was on my WhatsApp. It's not an email per se, but I'm just telling you how things occur around you every day to write emails. So that day, I just saw something that a post about people say someone said they saw a group on Facebook that Nigerians are there planning on how to borrow money without actually returning it. So I was not like some Nigerians are bad people. So I related my experience in the morning. I don't know if you understand. That is like a gist you can give your email list. So daily occurrences around you, you have a lot. Maybe you have a kid and your kid is probably maybe your kid came back from school and was talking about something. You can pick an idea from there. Maybe you have a girlfriend or a boyfriend. You guys are talking about something. You can pick an idea from there. Daily occurrences around you. Things are happening around you. So just look into them. Maybe you and your neighbor throw punch in the morning. You can talk about it. Okay, so your childhood memories, I love this so much because I've used it to write lots of emails. I thought there were times I was writing a series on my days at I was writing a series on my days at the police secondary school, Mina, my secondary school. Right, that those were part of my memories. So you have a lot of things. Maybe you fell down while you were running one day during your childhood. That's an email angle. Maybe you broke your teeth. Maybe you have a broken arm before. Things around that. You have childhood memories that you can leverage to write emails. Okay? And many more, right? I don't want to dwell on that. So now we get into the components of an email, okay, which is like the most important thing we are doing here. If we get this right, we are actually very good. So we get into the components of an email, of a great email, a great personal email, anyone you want to call it. So what are the things that goes into you writing great emails? Personal emails to be precise. What are the things you want to look into? What are the things you want to consider? What are the things you want to make sure you have in your emails? So the first one, subject lines. I know everybody knows this. Who knows sabi subject line? Everybody sabi subject line, right? But in case you don't know what a subject line is, let me show you. This is a subject line. Join me free in less than 48 hours. That is a subject line. Jonathan Melody's blueprint for e-commerce profit. That is a subject line. How okay, Judge 10, should I unsubscribe you? That is it. Subject line. Okay, how low class jackasses soccer free advice from you. That is the subject line. Starting in under the case against reading book, blah 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 blah. Those are subject lines. Look at my subject line for my welcome email. You are late. That's the subject line. Write eye converting copy without being a great writer. That is the subject line. I have something interesting for you. That is a subject line. So I believe you know subject lines. Now, what are the things you want to look into your like you want to make sure your subject line actually tick the boxes, right? Make it as short as possible. I always tell people maximum of 12 words because that way they will be able to see everything you write here to actually get that emotion that you want to get from them. In fact, 12 words is on the high side, but yeah, you can start from there. 9 words, you should try to say everything you want to say in lesser words, brevity. That's your work as a copywriter. Okay, so make it benefit. You can either make it benefit driven, like the type you can type, how you can make your emails benefit driven. When I say benefit driven, I mean it's all about. Let me show you an example. Ning email. I saw one Ning email now, right? Like what it will do for your reader, the benefit of reading that. Write high converting copy without being a great writer. That is the benefit. If you read that, this is what that thing is promising you. Benefit driven. I write benefit driven emails too sometimes. Not every time though. Most of the time I don't even have the energy. But do you understand? Like look at this one too. 3 steps to huge affiliate commissions. That is a benefit driven too. Look at this. The ultimate guide to writing headlines and hook. A benefit driven subject line. How to do keyword research for SEO. Benefit driven subject line. Ah, Zenith Bank, wetin una dey look for here? I'm coming. I want to check another one. Okay, okay. So this one, to unearth a little known secret to transforming none. Can you see? We can't read everything, so it will not spark that emotion this thing is supposed to spark in us because it is too long. Okay, so yeah, just let's keep that as that. Those are benefit driven. Okay, now let's move on. Or you can make it curiosity driven. That is, you want people to be curious. You want people to be like, oh yeah, what is happening? Let me show you. I saw some examples here. Look at this Judge 10. You won't believe who just joined the community. That is, okay, who is that? Curious. Is Brent Charlton a scam? He's promoting this thing and he has been telling us how good this guy is. So him saying, is this person a scam? Oh, how? What's happening? Curiosity. Oh, let me see. How men are driving women wild using this column. What is that column? Curious. You're curious to know that column. According to his family, I used jazz to get my husband. Wow. How? Here's how wealth tech increases, not diminishing. And on service. I'm not sure this. I'm not sure. So look at this one. Can great arts kill YouTube profit? Curiosity. And with my experience when it comes to curiosity, some things you want to always include when it comes to curiosity is question mark. Like come in form of questions. Another thing is you can add both benefit driven and curiosity together. Okay. Let me see if there is an example here. Hmm. So instead of how to do keyword research for SEO, that's benefit driven. So you can say, is this how to do keyword research for SEO? That's curiosity plus benefits. Okay, you can have the two together. Mostly come in form of questions. Makes a lot of sense if you ask me. I don't know about you. So another one is you can come from a third party angle or testimonial angle. Let me see if I have something. Hmm, let me see. I just want to like look for. Okay.
What was that one of Jonathan Melody?
Where? My eyes no dey see o, egba mi o. Where is Jonathan Melody?
It's
Oh,
up. It's
oh,
up.
oh,
He's
oh,
back.
oh, 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 oh. Yeah, 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 yeah. This something. Yes. No,
Yes.
but it is not. It is not actually. This is an affiliate offer. So it's not a third party stuff. It's not a testimonial this thing. Subject line. Do you get?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Why this thing tough like this?
I think just think Gov uses it a lot. Maybe you should just search his name.
Yeah. I want to see if I can get, but it seems I am not getting. So let me check for Justin Golf. But that was in the past. I don't know if he still uses them. Oh, no, 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 no. Mm, why is this thing tough like this? Okay. Okay, look at this. Look at this. Look at these two. These two, they look like testimonial, third party. What Joel Marion, Brian Cox, and Craig Balancing, all these guys are top guys, all have in common. That's the third party stuff. Six unknown people who built massive email list. That is testimonial. I want to look for something. Can you see? Here is another one. No name copywriter built 38,000 person list. That is testimonial. Testimonial. Do you Can you see another one? How my first copy mentee went from nothing to 320K a year. Do you guys understand the three types now with the examples I gave? Okay, okay. What about every other person? You guys are not in class. Wetin dey sup? Are you people hungry? I gave you time to eat now. Okay, so let's proceed. Like I said, I don't want us to spend a lot of time, and I think we are 30 something minutes in. Now, type of subject lines that you might want to consider writing. I've written all of them. I even gave examples of all of them. So you guys can remind me. I can give you access to my past emails, like a folder where you can go through my 2021 emails. They are the badass emails, right? So you can check them. Now, type of subject lines you might want to use is number one is use drama. People like drama. That's why you watch movies. The dramas that come in movies. Now, look at a subject line that comes with you are very sick. That's dramatic as hell. I've used it before and I got cursed a lot, like because of that subject line. You're very sick. Though, though there is something that made it look less personal, and that's because I didn't include their name. So if you're trying to be, yeah, you want to personalize what you're writing, and at the same time, you don't want people don't like to associate themselves with crazy stuff like this. That was why one email sent by this guy Solomon Oxide that trended on Twitter, like that he said you're oh, you understand? People were like because he put their name. So I've used this before. It generated that buzz, and I told you be controversial. You're very sick. So that's drama. You'll be like, wait till they occur. You get that dramatic reaction that we would want them to actually check. Some will get pissed off. That's fine. They are not supposed to be on your list in the first instance. Okay. So another one is you want to use dirty gossip. This is why Gist Lover and other blogs are out there. Like people are still using them because people are interested in cho 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 person matter. Wetin no concern them. So if you have something, you can just pin something. I have a lady in my house, and this is what has been happening behind closed doors. Right? This subject line is an exception to the 12 maximum I talked about. Sometimes you use more than 12, it's fine, okay? But not every time because you want people to actually get that emotion. But the beginning of this alone did the work. I have a lady in my house, and they will see up to this hand. So they will want to know more, and they will even open it to see more. So that's one thing you might also want to look. You lead with your best foot forward. So people like gossip a lot. I have a lady in my house, and this is what has been happening behind closed door. Wetin dey occur? Wetin dey shele? Another way you might want to write your subject line is using bad news value. People like bad news. Yeah, you would have said good news. No, people like something bad. That's just psychology. It's not something you can change. It's just something you can leverage. They like bad news. Then give them the bad news. This email, I wrote an email how my restaurant went down after spending 170K plus on it. That email generated a lot of buzz, a lot of responses because of the bad news. Because when something happened to me already, people already love that email. So if you have any bad news, right, anything bad in your life, use it to write email. You will get a lot of open. So the last one is you deliberately plant the seed of curiosity. I talked about curiosity driven, but again, I'm still bringing it back here. So to make your reader wonder and worry, like what is happening. There was a time I used "you're a pretender, you're a hypocrite." People were like, "What did I do? What's happening? Have I been caught?" Because everybody has something to keep here and there. So did you catch me? So I would actually still give us like one part of my course, of my layman guide course, on how to write great emails. It will help you a lot. But for now, let's keep going. Okay. So do you guys understand subject line before I move to the next one? Do you understand subject lines? Like, do you understand what goes into subject lines? Okay. Yes, I think I can proceed. You people should be responding like this. Why you people get going mute? Always respond, huh? Okay, so let's move on into storytelling in emails. Yeah, this is another problem for people because after they get the ideas, they'll be like, okay, they also have stories. I will get to the part that is always the biggest problem, which is the transitioning part. I'll get there very soon. But writing stories is not just about writing stories. If people are just whipping up nonsense stories, everybody will become a movie director. Everybody will become somebody that is just putting movies out. There are things you need to put into your stories. But always, if possible, not always though, but if possible, put storytelling in your emails. See, I'm telling you, it's just as if somebody is living on past glory with my email list. 2021, my email list was freaking hot. I tell stories every damn time. The part of don't let me even be saying that one. So that's why I will be sending you that thing for you guys to be able to go back to it and see. You will get to realize a lot of things about storytelling. So this is your personal life. So you have a lot of stories. Remember, I gave you like things that you can use as idea in the beginning. So you have stories to tell. All you need to know is how to write stories that suck people in, how to write stories that people want to read, how to write stories that people would read and not get bored. Okay, I won't waste time here. Don't worry. The PDF I will give you is like 77 pages. It's a part of my course, LMG. In fact, you might have bought LMG before and you didn't actually read that part using the angle I will show you to use. With everything I'm explaining like this, you've not read that thing using that angle. So if you read that book again, you now see the hidden gems in it. I was reading that book myself today. I no go lie. Here is the book, I guess. Yeah. If you buy a layman guide, you know this book already. But you will not read it with that sense of, I don't know how to put it. But I'll give it to you after this class and then you understand what I mean. Okay, so now this can help you write stories that suck people in. I'm not here to teach you storytelling as a whole. I'm just like these are things that can help you go into your emails. Start from the action point of your story. Okay, let me give you an example. There was one story I wrote about my childhood memories, like my police secondary school, about a guy that senior asked him to lie down, right? The senior wants to beat him, then another senior come with a big cane like this and just hit him, and the boy actually went crazy for some minutes because to me he went crazy. He was shouting, "Your father!" Telling seniors. I even went to report to commandant. That was the story. That was the storyline. But I didn't start the story by saying, "Hey, there was a time." I started from the action point, which is I thought he went crazy for some minutes. Because how do I explain somebody that is running on the street shouting your father, your mother? That is the action point of that story. So you start from the action, then you now trace it back to the beginning of the story. Always, again, even if you are writing a sales copy, but I'm not distracting you here. I'm just trying to let you like probably add that one for you. Always start from the action point of your story. Look at my sales page, my LMG. I thought I started from the part of I was disowned. That's like the action part of that story. Though I didn't go deep into that story because, well, I just don't want to. But maybe the rewrite, I will write that thing. I will go deeper into the story, or I'll change the concept entirely. That determine that. I don't know anything about it yet. But the point is, start from the action point of your story. Look into your storyline. Where is that point that is very, very interesting? Start from there and then truly back to the beginning. Also, another thing is avoid story clusters. I've I have talked about story clusters before. I will explain it a little bit. But if you want to know more, you can go to my free Telegram channel or to, I think I talked about it and I think it's there. I'm not sure. And even some of my emails, I have talked about story clusters. So story clusters are things that are in your story, but they won't actually make that your story hit that end goal you want it to hit. I can't remember this police secondary school saga very well, and I wrote the email, but I could remember I left out some parts of the email because they were clusters. They were part of the email, part of the stories that if I put them, they will just prolong the story. That's number one. Two, they will not lead us to the end goal of the story, which is to lead to one particular lesson that I already have in my head. I don't know if you understand. So avoid story clusters. Anything that, oh, this thing looks, this thing, but it's not leading to the end goal. Come on. Also, try descriptive storytelling. Always describe things the way you're supposed to describe them. Things that matter. You don't want your stories to feel rushed. Look at the part that I'm saying that he was running around like a madman. I was describing that thing so that you can paint it visually. It's all about the visuals. That is why you will always be stuck to some books because they paint that visual attention for you. Like you would literally be daydreaming about how that thing is being acted. Meanwhile, it's just a book. That is what your story should do. I don't know if you guys understand. Okay, and the last but not the least, I think this is the last. I'm not sure. Sorry, it's not the last one. Never be boring with your story. That's like the biggest disadvantage you will ever do to yourself. Boring stories. And if you follow these three things, your story can never be boring. Or even if it is boring, it's because you didn't pay the right attention to what you're supposed to pay them to. Never be boring with your story. Tell the stories as if you're talking to a friend of yours. If you're talking to your friends and your stuff is boring, they will just be yawning. Like, "Eh." So never be boring. Okay, and the last one is always link it to a lesson. Yeah, this is very important. Okay, you're not just writing story just for writing sake. Fine, you want to gist to them, but always, this is a newsletter. This is an email list. It's not the one you are saying. Yes, you are talking to your friend, but at the same time, you want to teach your friend something. Always link it to a lesson. That is why in the beginning, remember I said always have an end goal in your head. If it is a lesson or you want to sell, so always link this to something. Let me put it. Always link it to a lesson or a product. So always link it to a lesson or a product. Either you want to sell or you want to teach them something. Pretty important. Do you guys understand storytelling? Like, do you understand that part now? Can I move on? I've been dissecting your 2021 emails though. I can testify. Yes. Like, I will give you guys access to that thing again. Like, me say, but they look my 2021, I can't be, shouldn't have me write all these things. Now, I'm literally not serious anymore with my email list. But then, I was growing and yeah, I need to put in the action. So yeah, let's move on. Now, transitioning and hook. This is where people make mistake. This is where they have problem. This is where they will write the perfect story, but at the end of the day, they will lose their readers. This is where they always be like, how do I relate this story to my product? Transitioning and hook. There's a difference between them, which I will be showing you. Okay, so now let's start from the difference between hook and transitioning. What are hook? Hooks are literally words or short sentences that grasp people and encourage them to keep reading. Words or short sentences. Take note of that part because that's like the biggest difference between hook and transitioning. And like I'll show you, right? Words or sentences that grasp people and encourage them to keep reading. They make people want to keep reading and is mostly used to open loops. Let me show you examples here. You must have seen this in emails. So if I show you the example, you'll be, and the examples are, I will tell you about it in a moment. But before then, that is a hook. Let me see if I can see it in this thing. I don't know who can use it. I want to see it in real life. Okay. 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 Let me check this guy. Sorry, he's just doing a promo. I think I will find another person. Let me see this. Sorry. Okay. I don't want to look for my emails. I use them most of the time with my email. Oh yeah, yep, yep. I literally can't find them. I want to see this guy use it. Hey, this thing no one show. I literally cannot find it. You guys bear with me. I can't find any. Or let me check for my emails. I can't remember. This is like a hook, but it's not portraying that thing. This beginning is a hook, but I don't like. I didn't do it the way I want you guys to see. Actually, hey, see as this thing tough like this. A moment. This is another hook, right? This one too. Like this statement per se is a hook, but I'm looking for something I want you guys to actually to see. Okay. Bear with me some moments, some moments, some moments. I want to find it by fire by thunder. I know many of you already get what I'm saying, but nah, I need to find it. Okay. Hope you guys can still hear me. Yeah, I will probably share the documents if you guys are interested in the documents. I will.
Yes, we can hear you. And please, we're interested.
Okay, okay, I will drop it. I'm looking for something. Okay. Okay, I think I saw a hook here. A moment. But here's where I'm going. This is like a hook, like a subtle hook. Ah, I'm so pained. Why am I not writing emails very well again? Yeah. Okay, I don't give up. Let me not waste our time again. So I already give up. Like, I don't give up. Okay, like let me open these documents. I was trying to look for it frantically, but yep, I can't see. Please, someone should send this to the group for us. You can send this thing to the group for us, please. We would actually appreciate. I don't want us to waste any more time. So yeah, I'll continue. Okay, so another one is if you read till the end of this email, you discover this excess formula. But before we proceed, something around the point of you just want them to keep reading. You are opening loops for them that they would want to close. Like they want that thing to be answered. They want that thing you mentioned to be answered. Okay, that is hook. And words of short sentences, you're making them to keep reading. Now, transition as a whole is it comprises a whole section that moves from one point to another in your copy, your email to be precise. So it helps you move from your story to your lesson or to your products. It's not one word, it's not a sentence, it is a whole sentence upon sentences to achieve that purpose. Let me see. I want to show real this thing again. So let me see. Okay, yeah, this part exactly, like from here up to this point is my transition. I transition from whatever I've been saying here, right? All problem have a root cause. Yes, it's not new. Everyone knows that, true. But here's where I'm going. And there's something that is very common with transition. These are conjunction words. I don't know. Go back to your English. Conjunction and. Is it conjunction they call them? I think it's conjunctions. I can't remember actually. And, but, therefore, they help you move from one part of your email to another. Let me give you an example now. Let's say everyone knows that, true. If you do not use that but here, your transitioning will be very hard. That little but, like this but. So most of the transition you will see in your emails, they are preceded, like before they happen, there will be a conjunction. And it's easier to also do transition if your story or whatever you're writing has an end goal. Remember I said so. I'm not sure if these things are conjunction, but help me. I don't know.
Yes, you are right. They are conjunctions.
Uh-huh.
Conjunction words.
It's been a while I did English, but I have to be sure. Okay, so use them. If you see, go to a lot of emails, right? You see people talking about a lot of things, and the next thing you will see them transitioning. The transition, something always precedes the transition. I just want to play around, and this is because I never intended to. Okay, today is the fifth day, and many people, to me, this is a big flex. This is like a promo. Everybody knows what I want to do here. Okay, let me check the new emails I sent. The one I sent today. Here is one. Let me see. Okay, I don't know if this is if this serves as a conjunction too, but here is where the transition happened. Meanwhile, do you remember I did a launch, like where I want to teach them something? The transition, I want to find. See, transition takes time to actually master, right? So take your time with it. Read a lot. That's why I want to give you my past emails. Okay. Let me show you this. And you see, this transition was preceded by and. Had two meetings with these guys already, and I know I'm gonna enjoy working with these folks for the next 1 year. And this is the first thing I will use to explain the popular topic. I transitioned from that my central idea to the teaching. Go and try it yourself. Go and check emails, right? A lot of emails that you've been reading. Try to remove the conjunction words from that point where they move from story or anything that they are doing to lessons or selling. Remove the conjunction word and you will feel that thing flop. Very important. Now, one is not superior to another because they are best used in your emails. They are both used, anyone. Hooks mostly come at the beginning of your emails. Something around the point of, hey there, in the next few minutes, I will show you how to XXXXX. But before we get there, that's a hook. Transition mostly comes in the middle of your emails, right? Because you want to move from that email, that thing you're talking about, to another part of your email, probably to sell or probably to put in lesson. Now, how do you transition in your emails? Have an idea of the end goal. I said so. So if you have an idea, write the idea down. Then try to relate the end goal to the beginning of that email. Do they correlate or not? Before you even write at all. Like that your end goal. Maybe you want to sell LMG. Okay. Now you have a story in your head. Try to okay, I want to sell LMG. That's the end goal. Now try to relate the story you have in your head with LMG. Do they correlate? Like, is the story talking about you moving from grass to grace? Is the story talking about you helping your ex-girlfriend pay her bills? Do they correlate? If they correlate, then find a way to actually like just write the lesson, write your story. Then where you feel like you're done with your story, try to put in a conjunction word, right? Keep working on it, keep refreshing it, or keep reworking it until you get that thing perfectly, which is easy to do if you go through my past emails like I was talking about. I don't know, let me find it now. Somebody should also help us. I will copy something and send to you guys now. Just help us send it to the group again. Kemi will compile everything and she will send to us. Okay, okay, load up, load up, load up. Sorry, this thing is not loading up. I don't know why. Okay. Okay, yeah, 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 you go. Give me the link again. So can you see, you see 2021, 2022, right? Just, go with the one that you're interested in. And that's just that. Yes, they are the same. Hook and cliffhangers, they are the same. So someone should share this to the group for us too at the same time. Okay, let's keep going. So I don't want us to spend an extra hour here. So yeah, if you get this thing like and go through the stuff, you understand transitioning better. Hook and cliffhangers, they are the same. Like you want to hang people. Hey, sorry about that. Okay, so now let's get to CTA, call to action. It's really something cliche, right? You just know if you want people to buy from you, your call to action, because that will determine your CTR, that is your click through rate. I explained that in one of our classes. So now, here are tips to put in mind with your call to action. Never make it bland or just generic. Instead of saying click here, tap here, those nonsense they say, don't make it like that. Okay, be specific with it. Click here to get so thing. Let it also revolve around your central idea. Okay, so that it won't be as if you are, just moving all around. Let it revolve around your central idea. Look at this now, examples. Click here to discover why the POTUS is trying to move your money. That's the president of the United States. Here's a way to discover how to save your money from the POTUS, right? Here is a way to achieve that financial freedom you want. Here's a way to show your ex that you can always become better even after she thinks you can't. Make it specific and around your idea. Do you do you guys understand? This thing has not sent to wow. Can you guys hear me? And do you understand? This thing is not sending. I don't know why. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Yes. Okay. Okay. Okay, so let me proceed then. This thing is not sending. I don't know why. Maybe later, Sha. Now we're done with the components, which are the things I mentioned. So what we might want to look into again is A/B testing. What's A/B testing? That is, you're testing two things against each other on the same variable. That is based on the same condition. So you want to look at the one that perform better. In marketing, we do this a lot because in marketing, because A is bringing you money, doesn't mean you will stick with A only. You should try B, you should try C. If B is bringing you more money, you can kill A for B. If C now comes and is bringing you more money again, you can keep B for C, right? So that is how we do in marketing. So now, what is A/B testing? This is testing things that are testable in your emails, and you have majorly two things to test in your emails. Okay, so the first one is you test your subject lines to see if you can increase your open rate. You must. I don't know if you are on Golibe's email. I don't do this thing because I don't have that strength and time for it. But Golibe does this thing very well, where he will send one the same email content, body of the email, even city and everything, but the subject line will be different. So he's trying to split test, okay, to see the subject line that people will open more. Okay. So another one is test your CTA to see if you can increase your CTR. You understand, maybe you are getting 2% CTR now, so you can decide to test your call to action button, right, to see if you can get more. Okay, so those are the two things you need to test in your emails: your subject lines and your CTA. The body of your emails, well, that depends on you, but it doesn't actually matter because those are the things that make up the email itself. So the main thing is your subject lines, test one against two. Can it perform very well? Okay, then your CTA too. Do you understand that? So now these are our last topic for the day, I guess. Do you guys understand? I don't know why this thing is not sending. I think I'll just have to maybe somewhere. Do you guys understand?
To some extent, but I have a question.
Okay.
Okay. About this A/B testing, when we're testing things, do we send the same email to everybody on the list, or do we split the
Yes, everybody.
email?
Everybody. Like I
Okay.
said, it's based on the same variables, the same circumstances surrounding all of them, right? The same email body copy, the same CTA, the same set of audience. The only difference is the subject line. Do you understand?
Yes, I do.
Good.
Uh, Whenever I hear A/B testing, I usually think you divide if you have a 500 member list, you divide it into 250, 250. Send a particular here
No,
one,
no,
send
no,
another
no, no.
one.
No, 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 no. You're sending the same thing to everybody. The only difference is what you're testing. So yeah. Now, sequence. This is something really, if you understand how to write emails, all you need to understand is what are the thought process into sequence. Like, why is this sequence in existence? So all you have to do is write your email to revolve around the reason of that sequence, right? So there are automated emails sent when they are triggered. Let me find my happy send. So yep. Okay. So autoresponders. So I want to show you my what's it called? So can you see this is my welcome sequence? I have a 10-day welcome sequence. Okay, a 10-day welcome sequence, right? Day one, day two, day three, day four, day five, day six, day seven, day eight, day nine, day 10. Right? Each of them, like the essence of a welcome email is to get people familiar with you, and if you have something to sell to them, to sell it to them. Okay, it's pretty very important. So there is automated emails, not something that you send. They count based on the number of people that join your list, like the number of people that get the email or the number of people that get triggered with the email. So there are some technicalities with it which I don't think you need. The main thing is why welcome email. What is the essence of the welcome sequence rather? So the essence of welcome sequence is to get people acquainted with you, to probably sell to them if possible. So I have a welcome email, which is the first email you get. The first email you get, immediately you get into my list. You are late. I know many of you people, if you're on my list, you got this. So in the PDF I will be sending to you, he explained how to write a welcome email, so I won't go deep into that. But a welcome email, the essence of it is to get people, okay, who exactly are you? And why should I believe you are different from everybody out there? So there is something your own welcome email can be maybe 5 days, can be 7 days. It doesn't have to be rigid, right? So all you are doing in your welcome email, maybe you don't have anything to sell. It's talking about your story and then linking it to lessons. Maybe on day one you want to talk about how you discover copywriting. Day two, maybe you want to talk about what copywriting is and how you know a funny reaction to or funny thing to teach it. Okay, just like that, just like that. Right. This is my own day one. Welcome. Then day two is this. I've forgotten the subject line, but can you see I was talking about a story. I've always been this guy that settles for anything that comes my way, and when I say anything that comes my way, I mean I always settle for less. It started from primary school. Now let me show you where I transitioned into. uh okay, I think the question is if they can't. So if I become and that was the last time I tried to answer questions. So I became the. But if you look at it well, this is the transition. Can you see the but that precedes it? Isn't Nigeria making you settle for less? Let's start with education. So I brought it to them, and I was telling them to come and buy my 300k course. Even I said 300k, my 40k course. Even after I introduced, like I just sold a 2,550 stuff to them. Okay, so thank God for copywriting. Go and check the course that you bought from me, right? So your welcome email can be, maybe they bought a course from you, so you can be, oh, go and check this course. Oh, what have you learned? Oh, do you have any question? Or it can be as simple as, let me tell you my life story. Or it can be as simple as, you're welcome, come and buy this thing, right? So you give it your own definition. It's your list. You can decide to say, this is my welcome email. Like, this is my welcome sequence. This is what I want you to do. Okay? Do you guys understand welcome sequence? Okay. I don't know if it is my network, but this thing is not sending. And if I say I should probably reload this page, it will send me out of the meeting. So I really don't know. I don't know. So let me move to the next one, which is launch email sequence. This is the one I really want to talk about today. Okay, launch email sequence is separated into two. There's the pre-launch and the launch itself. So let me show you Dan Ferrari and Justin Goff. Those two are the ones I love their promotion. They're promoting a course of their mindset coach, Brent Charlton, right? So they did pre-launch and then they did the launch. So I want you to check the pre-launch, which is the reason why I decided to buy from Dan Ferrari if I will buy over Justin Goff. So let me show you. Let me see. No, 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 no. Let's see you. Let's see you. Okay. Okay, look at Justin Goff. Here is the first email he used to talk about the course. Even when the course is not out, it's a pre-launch. Okay, the pre-launch. So the pre-launch sequence, if you want to write pre-launch sequence, maybe you plan to launch a course very soon. Okay, and so you want to start talking about the course subtly so that people can have a mental note of it, so that when you launch they will be able to buy. I do it very well. In fact, this email list class, before I launch the offer, I've been talking about it a lot, just subtly, by, oh, I'm coming, I will bring it, oh, I remember, I didn't forget. Okay, that is like a pre-launch sequence for me. But you can take your own more seriously than me. I'm not a serious person. Okay, let me show you something. Look at Dan Ferrari. I said Dan Ferrari, Justin Goff. He said today is going to be a special edition. Why my coach is launching his course. So I'll tell you what I've learned from him. So he talked about things that he had learned from his coach, so that you can be like, that in coach makes sense. So I need to buy his course when he launch. So the essence of the pre-launch sequence is to get people prepped for the launch sequence, to get people all hyped up for the launch sequence. Look at that Ferrari pre-launch email too. Okay, here is Justin Goff again. So Justin Goff sent another one talking about how Ian Sterling has been telling him to come and use this coach, and why when he used the coach he was so happy. Okay, so he's talking about that stuff to prepare you, to preframe you that this guy will actually change your life. So when that thing launched, a lot of people rushed it. So here's Dan Ferrari, right? So look at Dan Ferrari, turning your competition to nothing but dust and distant memories. That one doesn't send emails, but I love this email so much because he used some psychology, but I'm not yet to talk about that. So what he did with this email was to tell you that, okay, I was using I'm using a mindset coach and he's releasing a course. So I want you to buy using my affiliate link, because Justin Goff has a lot of money and Ian Sterling has been insulting me. So I want him to go back to Australia. He used the us versus them in this email. So let me talk about all those, right? So can you see that, how do I put it? You are likely to see multiple people promoting the same affiliate offer. So it's bringing you up to speed that yes, you will have seen it. It might have turned cliche, but me, I'm coming with a crazy offer for you. So look at what he did here, we versus them. When it comes to a case of somebody strong and somebody weak that is fighting, people tend to support the weak person. So he used that psychology, he used that emotion. David versus Goliath. He's a crazy man. Okay. Okay. He said he has a 2,100 list, and everybody knows Justin Gov has like 10,000. Ian Stanley has more than that, right? So he now wants to compete against them. Everybody will be like, is that Ferrari I want to buy from? Oh?" So that was what he used his pre-launch email to do, to get you prepped like, I need to buy from that Ferrari. So the essence of your pre-launch sequence, if you're writing sequence, maybe three is okay, maybe five, maybe seven, anyone you want, is to get people pre-framed and preset for what's to come. So it will be easier for you when you launch, which is the launch sequence itself, to sell. Look at that Ferrari. So he has already talked about why you should buy from him and not from others yesterday. Then the day of the launch itself, can you see? So he talked about, this is a story about his life, well, before he discovered Brent, and when he discovered Brent, what they had done together, and then his offer. So people would rush this because of what that pre-launch has done. If you had just sent this email without sending a pre-launch email, it won't bang. Like, a lot of money will not come in because that Ferrari is always disappearing. But what he did with that launch email, like pre-launch sequence, I was so happy. Look at Justin Goff email. Sorry, where's Justin Goff? So I don't have any Justin Goff promotion. So if I go to my inbox, you will see Justin Goff. That Ferrari even sent another one. They are all promoting this shit, right? If you look at Ian Sterling too, he's part of them. This guy. Where is Justin Goff again? I know I've passed that guy. Am I having double eyes? See, I don't have energy. But if you're on their list, you will know that they are promoting this shit, right? But what they did before they launch, that is what I want you guys to pay attention to. Yes. Let me quickly answer this question. Is it okay to start selling? Yes, but I see no reason why you should not wait though, especially if you don't have that cred. When I say cred, I mean you don't have credibility. But it's not bad. It's not a bad idea. Don't mind anybody. Yes, you can do it. You can sell from the first email. In fact, I sell from the first advert. So yeah, that doesn't actually matter. Yes, that Ferrari offer, like, it's crazy. But what he did, that pre-launch email, is the cap on everything. So that's what I want you guys to actually notice. Pre-launch sequence and launch sequence itself. So the launch sequence matters a lot because that's where your offer will come in, that's where you send them to the sales page, blah blah blah. But you see, the pre-launch sequence, they matter a lot because that is what you're giving to them before the launch. Like I said, the essence of this is for you to understand why these things are in play. Then you would accordingly follow everything I said to create yours. Okay, then cart abandonment. That one is simple. Maybe people want to buy from you. Was it this class I was showing you guys my seller dashboard? Was it this class? I'll show you guys my seller dashboard on what's it called? Okay, it's this class. Okay, yeah, yeah. So that's no, I showed them here too. I think I did. I was showing the cart abandonment email that seller sent to people. I think I did. Yeah, I did.
Yes, you did. You did.
Yeah, exactly. I did. So the essence of that is for people to, you won't buy, you never buy. Wetin happen? So you will know how to structure it yourself, following the components of an email. See, nothing is even sending like this. I don't know. Nothing is sending. Can you share the Dan Ferrari pre-launch files with us here? You only sent, I think, one email pre-launch, and that one email beats Ian Sterling 3 emails pre-launch, Justin Goff 2 emails pre-launch. Like, I maybe because I love Dan Ferrari a lot, but maybe because I'm being sentimental here. but that email did it for me. Okay, so I can't actually share it because I've been sharing something since morning and it hasn't entered. So I don't know. Like I might not be a guy, your guy this time around. So go and find Dan Ferrari and subscribe to his email list. Sorry, I might send it. I'm not sure, but yeah, for now I don't think so. Okay, let me do this. Let me put it here. Let me put it on my Telegram. This is it. That's the only pre-launch email that he sent. I'll send it to you guys in the group. Like that email is good. It's literally good. Sorry, I'm pressing down Ferrari, right? So literally, that is a, those are the things I think matters. In fact, cat abandonment, if you're running a personal brand, doesn't actually matter. But then you need to know. Do you guys understand everything we've discussed today so far? And do you probably have any question? We have gotten to that stage of questions now. Okay, yeah. So concerning the launch and pre-launch, I came across a post on Twitter by Oxide. It is a 30-day sequence launch for a client. Is there a cap on how many emails you can use for? No, there is no cap actually. But I see no reason if you're running a personal brand. As you can see, he said for a client. But if you're running a personal brand that you are emailing them often, I see no reason why you have a 30 days um pre-launch sequence. Kilode, what's happen? But there is no cap actually. There is no cap on it. You can decide to go as many as you want. You're not boss now. You understand? So again, I know you guys are here and you're hearing me perfectly. Do you understand everything we've discussed in tonight's class? And do you have any question at all? Should I be calling you people one after the other? Only Abdul Latif said understood. What about the others? You guys don't understand? You want me to explain something? Abdulaziz said understood. Okay. What about the others?
Well, yeah,
Stephen.
says I can hear you. The thing is, it's a case of not that we don't understand. It's just that it's something we have to take in little by little. But yes, it's clear.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I understand you. I understand you, Stephen. I have question, but food dey my mouth. Type it now. So yeah, yes, you have to practice now. That's why if it is see another perk of having your own email list is you get to practice without restriction. You practice your hook, you practice your transition, you practice your storytelling, you practice your subject line, you practice your CTA. You use these people as lab rats in you getting better, and at the same time they are getting things from you too, which is the lesson you are giving them. Do you understand? Joseph, please speak.
All right, all right. Good evening, boss. Thank you for the class. It's really profound. So my question is, it goes to the email sequence, and you, for your own, you did a 10-day email sequence. So I want to ask, in the course of the onboarding and when a new subscriber subscribes to your email list, uh, is I know you send emails and like you send regular emails, not automated, maybe daily or frequently. And I want to ask, within those 10 days, which a new subscriber is going through that your onboarding email sequence, will the person also get your normal daily email?
Yes, for me, yes. For another person, it might not be so, but for me, it's like something that if they miss it for life because they will not get it again. I'm not somebody that always keep his email file somewhere that you can always go back to it. No, if you miss my email, you miss it for life. So when you join, I start sending you my sequence, and at the same time, if I send out a newsletter, you will get it.
Hmm,
Because if you don't get it, you miss it finally.
hmm.
But if you're somebody that keeps your newsletter somewhere where
Fine,
they can
yeah,
always access it,
yeah.
that's literally fine. You can decide to exclude them. Do you understand?
Yeah, I get it already. Thanks.
So there are days that people get two emails from me.
Okay. Okay.
I already told them to what to expect, so they are not bothered.
Thank you.
Please, does our subscription to Office and via your link grant us access to your list as well? Did I say it on the sales page? I'm not sure. That's what I'm asking though. I'm not insulting you. Did I say it on the sales page? If I did, yes. If I didn't, no.
You didn't.
Probably you've said it, the network is bad here, but how many days should the welcome sequence be? Depends on you, depends on you, okay? It can be 5, it can be 3, it can be 7, depends on what you have to do. Me, I'm using 10 because I'm selling, right? I'm upselling them on stuff. They paid me and I'm still upselling them, right? So that's why I'm using 10. Some uses 20, depends on how long you want to write. Flex your skill, okay? Understood. But the storytelling part, I've been struggling in that area, especially in the part of telling these stories. That's the reasons I've been dissecting. Is there a way you think I can get better at that? You're doing the right thing, dissect emails, write your own emails. At the same time, keep writing to your list. Those ones will you will probably see how you get better by the time you're writing to people out there. Also, if possible, get somebody to always check your copy or something. I'll be checking your emails, right? But not in depth to the extent I will sit you down dissect with you. No, I'll just tell you, "Oh, you should have done this, they done this." But if you maybe you get a course, always send your newsletter to the support community where they would help you go through it and tell you what you need to adjust. Especially you need a mentor or a sub-mentor, something like that. Do you understand? So I think you guys will ask your questions later. I know, because right now you people are still digesting a lot of things here, which is fine. So I would send the link to this maybe today or tomorrow. Go through it, watch everything, then right, get back with your question inside the group. But officially, I don't know, later, maybe when I have this free time, maybe next week or next 2 weeks, I can host a QA session for you guys. Like this is under maybe, right? But officially, this is the end of the email list building class. Okay. So if you have any question, the group is open. I'm always there. Ask the question. I would attend to you guys. Do you understand?
Yes, but before we end the
Bimbo.
class, okay.
Okay, I'm with you, Stephen. Stephen.
Yeah, please, one more question before we end this class. Thank you very much for your time throughout this period. But I have a request to make. Um, Based on those my experience following you on your on your Twitter, on your and on your platform, even on your email list, there's something I've noticed. Whenever you whenever you roll out a course like this, the next time it's going to come out, it's going to be after some time. So I want to make a request for those of us who are here now who have gone through this course with you. Um, in order to test our ability in the nearest future when you relaunch this course again, I would like to ask if you could make us affiliates to this particular course. And at least that would be like a challenge to test our ability in selling via email. So we just sell to our lists. I just thought I should ask that.
Okay, basically, I understand you. Most of the time, if you notice, most of my emails, if my offers, if I launch them, especially low priced offers like this, I don't relaunch them. I only do them once. They are one time offer and all. That's all. But this particular course, like this particular offer, I want to make it into a full blown course. I'm thinking about it, but right now I don't actually have that time yet. But towards the end of the year, if possible, I'm thinking about making it into a full blown course where I will give affiliate access, just like the LMG, for affiliate to get into this, be able to promote and everything. Do you understand? So yeah, if that happens, definitely you guys will be able to come up in. But if you have any other better ideas, you can, collude with others. If others are interested, then you guys get back to me in the group. So I will be able to, do something for you guys if you have a better idea. Does that make sense, Steven?
Yeah, it does. Thank you.
So Bimbo, you said, I hope we can always have access to you for any inch we encounter as we keep practicing. Or personal access, no. DM access, no. But the group access, yes. I will always be in the group, then I'll answer when I'm free. Do you understand? This is me reminding you concerning the 45 days. Are you not in the hand copying challenge rule? Are you not in the uncopying challenge group?
No, no,
If you're
sir.
in
No,
the uncopying challenge group, oh, you said
no, no, no.
you should be. I'm not giving anybody outside the place access to the this thing now because I already allowed those guys again. Not that I allowed them, I gave them a punishment, and at the same time, I want to allow them. But yeah, you can be part of them. Let me give you the anybody that is also interested here. Listen to this. In case you are watching the recording, so listen to this. This is what I gave to them, right? People in the 45 days client acquisition challenge, they actually struggle to be there because of the deadline, right? So I wouldn't trample on them by just allowing people just to. So I want it to be 100. Initially, I want 50, but now we're even 66 inside or something. So I want it to be 100. So I have 35 slots left to make it 100. So now this is the plan that I gave the people in the copying challenge. So I will have the first class with these people, the client acquisition guys tomorrow. Then the second class maybe on Sunday, right? So these two classes, the people that are not in the group right now that have not gotten the offer, they will not have access to the class. Like they will not be in the class live, but they would get the recording of the classes rather, the recordings of the classes. The two classes they will get the recording. So, but they will not be there live because I will not allow them to join yet. But on Monday, which is it 12? Of Monday, I think 10, right? On Monday 10 by 9 a.m. I will open access again for 35 people to join the client acquisition challenge. So if 45 people show up, like 35 people rather, if they want to join, what they will do is they will pay, they will join, then they will get the recording of the two classes they miss. That is their punishment for not joining earlier. And the recording and the live class, I feel there's no difference. Look at this live class I did now. There is a recording. So I'll just give them the recording of something like this. So and they will be able to ask questions in the group, just like people on the live class. Most of you guys are not even asking questions here because you have to rewatch this thing. So it's almost like the same thing. But to make it like to make my own urgency always be urgency and to make sure I respect people that got in early, I'm giving that as punishment. So if you're interested, it's still the same price, 5,650. It will not be open to the public. So show yourself in my DM, right? Or signify in the group, the email list building group, right? Show yourself. So on that Monday by 9 a.m., I'll be able to send the link to you. If you're not able to pay before the 35 people get in, I'll refund your money. In fact, if you pay me later, right? So that is the plan I have now. Do you understand, Daniel?
Yes, sir, I do. I do. I understand.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Oh, joyful! It's a one-time offer. Oh. It's 45 days. That's close to 2 months. I don't have that time. Okay, I'm a student. I'm doing this because people have been pestering me. If I'm considering my final year, because right now I'm choked up, right? And I might not finish till something around September, October. So if I'm considering my final year and everything, I will not do it. But I'm doing it because of people, right? So it's a one-time offer. I don't think I will ever do it again because it will be very, very choking. Okay, so guys, that is everything I have for you guys. Officially, this class is a wrap. We'll send you recording now. There will be everything in. So you can go through them one after the other, ask questions in the group, and I will answer them the right way. Right? So thank you for showing up. Thank you for bearing with me. Thank you for being there. Really appreciate you. No food, no food. So you all have a great evening. Good night.